It's 2 o'clock on Wednesday and I'm live and I have a lot of cool things to show today. The very first thing I want to show is this. I got my very first handmade Christmas card. This is from Tanya. I'm so happy. It's so beautiful. Check this out. It's got like a belly band with a snowflake and some bling. And the belly band comes off and it opens up and there's a message. And I just love this card so much. Thank you so much, Tanya. That is sweet and I love it. I save all my handmade cards over the years, and so at some point I should just pull them all out and show you guys all of the cards. Of course, there are a lot of cards. Since I'm sort of waiting for people to pop on here, so I thought I'd spend a little time just talking a little bit about the promotions right now. When you go to my website and you click on these three lines in the corner, one of the options is promotions. So there's a new promotion called Smitten. Smitten is the new Valentine paper promotion, and there's a lot of different ways to buy it. Paper with stickers, paper alone, cardstock that coordinates, with or without the stamps, with or without the thin cuts, the whole product bundle. And then there's a workshop kit that includes card bases, bling, and some page protectors. So depending on what you want to make, there's a lot of different options. And then when you click under them, like click on the workshop bundle, for example, if you do that, there is a guide that you can download, and when you download this guide, it shows you the projects, the cutting guides, and everything that you need to make the scrapbook pages and cards. And my favorite thing this year, sorry I keep scrolling around, there's these really cute little treat holders, but there's also these adorable little mailboxes. Aren't they cute? They're really cute. So even if you don't purchase this whole set, think about downloading that guide, because you can use that with any paper pack, right? Now the other promotion I want to point out is the merrymaking. Merrymaking is little wooden ornament shapes, and you can basically buy them as a big bulk set, or you can buy just certain ornaments and just make the ones you want. When you purchase these, you will get a digital file in your account so that you could cut these on your Cricut if you wish. The circle ones are my favorites, and so that's what I'm going to show you a project making today. Other promotions, Deck the Palms is still going on. Deck the Palms is getting ready to do they're getting ready to do all of their online events using these tropical themed papers. They're so fun. So take a look at those if you have any kind of trips planned in warmer climates or whatever. There's some really neat papers in there. Then remember, today is the calendar, and of course that's a really quick to put together project for Christmas and stuff. So I just wanted to show you those specials because there's quite a few. Most of them, I think all but Smitten, end at the end of December. So the other thing I want to do today, I want to talk about the card making workshop for Wonderland, and there's a scrapbooking workshop and a card making workshop. This is the scrapbooking workshop, and that comes as a big kit that you can put together, and it has cutting guides and everything. And there's, close to my heart always does like a video to help walk you through this, and you can make it with them. And they do that for the card making and the scrapbooking. But I did something a little different with the card making workshop, so I want to show you that today. And then we're going to wrap it up with, I entered this enormous tag swap, and I just want to show you the tags that I got in return. They're not close to my heart tags, but they are so fun to look at. So that's where we're at. So I want to show you what you get in the card making workshop when you buy this. What appealed to me were these stamps and the thin cuts, because they're a perfect size to use inside a snow globe. Remember how I showed you there's that snow globe set that was on clearance, really cheap. These fit perfectly inside the snow globe. I should have pulled that out and made some of those. That's my intention, is to do some of those. But also what's cool about this is you get your card bases and envelopes, you get your papers and cardstocks, and you get this really fun little set of bling of embellishments. And I wanted to show you those because even if you don't buy the card set and you like those stars and things that I'm going to show you, you can buy them. They are in the core catalog, and they're on page 77. Even though all of these sets are shown in black, they are available in black, in white acrylic, or in wood. And so my favorite, these stars, they have these cute little asterisk looking stars, and they also have these little stars that look like, I think, from the Jetsons, like the Jetsons, futuristic or art deco, I don't know what you want to call it, but I love those stars. So the star one is my favorite, but there's several different packs available in multiple choices. And remember, the acrylic now is the super thin acrylic. It's half the thickness of the wood shapes. So that's really nice for cards. In this kit, they have the wood shapes though. So let's talk about this. When you order the card kit, you get these instructions, and it makes 16 cards, and these are the cards that it makes. Now, I loved this card, and I love this card, and these two I haven't made yet. I was sort of on the fence about using the one with the house. I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure I would use those cards as much as these. And so what I did is I just made the ones that I really liked, right? I didn't make them all. And I kind of messed around a little bit with where I put my cool stars and my greetings and stuff. I didn't do them all exactly the way that they did them. I just thought those were really cute, and these would be great for January, winter kind of things, or even Christmas for that matter. But then I made the snowman one, and I thought these look a little plain. But so I added, you remember how I sent everybody like a bunch of 4x4 flip flaps, because your vaccination card fits perfectly in there, and it's a great way to store it without getting it all messed up. But so I had a pack of flip flaps left, and I just slipped some of those really cool snowflakes into the let me get those, the sequins. I just slipped a few of those into the flip flap, and I just put it on top of the card. You can kind of see I put it down on the white, and then I put the purple on top of the flip flap, and then I did put just a little line of like tape runner in there so the snowflakes wouldn't fall out. But I thought that is so cute. I just love this card. And so I made a couple of those, and this one I put the stars on. I wanted to see how that one worked. So I thought that looked pretty nice. So those are just some ideas. You can mess around. The products that are in the card making kit, you can use to make anything you want. It doesn't have to be exactly identical to what they make, but it does give you instructions, and it does give you all the parts and pieces to make some really nice things. So this is what I want to work with today. I love them. And so, as you know, I cut a lot of extra pieces. I keep them in here. I have a few of those extra little stars and things left because remember, I didn't make those first couple of cards. Here's the thin cuts, and then the stamp set. You can tell the stamp set. It's about two inches wide each thing, so it fits perfectly inside that little snow globe. Really nice. I like the messages on this too, and you also get snowflake and trees, 3 different trees, which is really nice for making cards and stuff. So let me put this away, and I'll show you what I did with it. So I'll pull in the ones that I made first. The special with the merrymaking special is just this basic wood-shaped, circle-shaped ornament and topper. And when you look at those, the obvious thing in my head is, let's make a shaker out of it. And I didn't want to do the obvious thing because obviously everyone knows how to make a shaker now. You would just put your acrylic over the top and then put your ring over the top, and you could fill it with whatever you wanted. That would be really cute for a package or on a tree. So these are pretty inexpensive on that special, and I only bought a whole bunch of circles. I think I made, I want to say 4 packages worth of these wood shapes. So here's what I did though. I went ahead and I just made them dimensional. I don't know if you can see that. I didn't make a acrylic topper. I just used my shaker thin cut. Let me grab it. If you have the circle shaker thin cut, it'll cut out the inner circle and the outer ring. And so I cut a lot of them out of the glitter paper, which cuts really nice. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on that, but it's cool looking. And then the inner circles, you know, are just a 3-inch circle. So you can use if you have circle cutters or circle punch or whatever you want, but you do need something on this ring to decorate it. Even if you just use shimmer pen, you need something there. So I cut out a circle and a little ring like this, and then basically I like to use, as you know, liquid glue, and you can make it either way you want. This is the front of the paper, back of the paper, whichever. And you can see I did some both ways. I did some with this kind of rosemary background, and I did some with the blue that looks kind of like snow, and I really like the blue that looks like snow. So that's what I'm going to do today. And so I just kind of glued it on to the wood and tried to center it the best I could. And then this piece I just glued on again with liquid glue. And if you have your circle not perfect in the middle, it's not the end of the world. It'll be covered up in a way it won't show. The only way it would show is it would have to be really wonky. None of these are perfect. You could hold the wood ring down and then glue your circle inside of it and then do it that way, but I just eyeballed it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the ring on before I decorate because I want it to dry. It seems like this glitter cardstock is a little, I want to say heavier cardstock than some of the other. That glitter really makes it a little sturdier, and it's just going to take a little more time to dry. I'm going to put my tape on top of it to hold it down for just a moment. Okay, now I also cut a whole bunch of images. I cut some of them using the wisteria ink and some of them using the rosemary ink, and I chose those colors because those are the colors in the paper. And then I cut out a little extra tree, and so I can choose whichever one to use that I want. And what I like is popping them up. I think I'm going to use this one. So I like using the foam tape to pop these up a little bit. And because they're ornaments and I want them to be used more than just, you know, today. They're not, if I was just going to use it as a tag, I don't care how much foam tape I use. I'd probably just use one piece. But since they're ornaments and I may store them, I think I want to make sure that they hold up. And so I use a little more foam tape and make sure that there's not too many pieces that are going to get mashed down. And then the tree, I have to decide, do I want the tree behind it or on top? I can have it pop out on the top or behind the scene. I think I might put it behind the scene. So I'm going to put a little glue and put that in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this on here like this. Now, to decorate it, I've done a couple different things. On this one, I used the stamp, the snowflake stamp that came with it and stamped on the background paper. And those little tiny, you know, snowflakes from here, they're iridescent, which is really cool. You can kind of see them catch the light. So that looks really nice. These are the little wood shapes that came, of course, with the card making set. And I've been using a little combination of both. Like you can kind of see here, I have one or two of those little iridescent snowflakes plus the wood. I just think they look really nice. I really like how they look. So let me grab a couple. I like these little wood star shape, and the main thing is that I think they need to be kind of two different sizes to look nice. If they're both the same size, they look a little too planned or something like that. All right, and then you could add iridescent, you could add shimmer brush, anything you want, but there it is, basically done. When I did that, I was like, oh, this is so nice, but it still felt like it needed something, especially since it's an ornament that you would want someone to keep for a while. So I did a couple different things. You know, when I go to Michael's and stuff, these are just those little sprigs that cost like $1 or $2, and I just use my nippers and clip them off and glue. I use that same glue and just glue that on. I think that really helps. Stephanie, don't they come with Cricut files? These ornaments come with Cricut files, so you could cut the whole circle with the ring and cover it. You can cut this ring out as well. I used this because you know, my Cricut is not in a convenient location. I keep it out, but it's kind of, if I'm going to use my Cricut, it's like a thing that I have to do. I have to get it out, kind of. And so sometimes it's easier for me just to grab a thin cut. So if you don't have this, yes, you can use your Cricut. Not everybody has a Cricut either. That's the other thing, though. Okay. So what I did on these is I added that little bow. Now, in the catalog, it looks like nothing. It looks like this. And you don't even think anything of it. It's just like this and this. And the way it works is you cut these out. Let me get the pieces here. So you cut them out. This is what they look like. And these you roll around and glue into the center. Roll around and glue into the center like this. And then this piece goes behind it and it wraps around to hold the bow. So isn't that a cute little bow? But I wanted my bow to be a little more angled. And so what I did differently is I cut it apart into two parts like this. And I'm going to just glue it on like that. So this glitter, it takes a moment to glue something down to it, and it takes a sturdy glue. So the main thing is I don't want to cover up my whole, I'm just going to let that dry for a moment while we talk about this part. So I just used that same, liquid glue, and I sat and held it. And I also, sometimes if it takes a bit, I use a paper clip just to hold it while I'm doing other things. And that way it'll, dry nice and tight, and I won't have to sit there and hold it the whole time. And that works great. So to glue this on, I could use that liquid glue, but again, it really does help to have some weight or something on it. The best adhesive on this glitter is foam tape. Surprise. Foam tape works amazing on this, and so all you have to do is put a little foam tape on the back, and then push it on, and it is on. I mean, like these, look at this. I picked it up by this. I'm shaking it by the foam tape piece. It's on there really well. I don't know how it would hold up under weird storage. Like in my case, a lot of my ornaments get stored up in the attic where it gets cold and hot and everything in between. I don't know whether it would come loose or not, but it works so great. So there's my little ornament, and I added just a few little pieces of bling there. When I thought about it, I thought, really, I should have put red berries. I just think red or even purple or blue, just a color on there might have been better than the clear. But they all turned out, I think, really cute. So there's those. Let me just stack these up and move them off, because I want to show you the next thing I was making. Cleaning up my mess. All right. So you know that I have been working a ton with this set. You guys are probably sick to death of it, because every week, I feel like I show a new project. You like the clear? I think it looks nice with the colors of the paper, but I don't know, maybe I might try another one using a color. We'll see. So this is the other set that I've been working with a lot. And basically what I did was I just cut out these stack, which is really nice. So, you know, we've been working on those like stamplistic ornaments and things like that, where they have like mandala style, where you do like a large and then a medium and then a small and smaller and small. They just get smaller and smaller and they stack on top of each other. And so what I did was I cut out some of it in cardstock, some of it in white, and stamped it. So what you get when you're done with this is something like this. So this is done with sapphire blue and then the white, and that has a glacier stamped snowflake. And then the next level I did the bluebell and in this one. And then I did a really tiny one again in glacier, and then I did a bluebell bling thing. And then the bitty dots of, you can't really see the shimmer and sparkle of this thing, but it is a wowzer. I used shimmer pen all around the blue, so if I hold it just right, you can probably see some of the shimmer. That's why I'm moving it around a lot. But this is really, really cool. And what I did, and I have to admit, I mailed them all off yesterday. I got all my packages done and mailed, and these were some ornaments that I made, and I sent them all away. So I had to cut an extra one today so that I could show you how to make this into a really cool ornament. This is a neat tag, but if you cut two of them, so I cut this one using white glitter paper, just white cardstock with mink ink stamped on it, and then the silver foil. That foil is really amazing. And then a white smaller snowflake and a white really small snowflake, and then again a gem in the middle and the bitty gems around the edge. It's so outstanding. And can you imagine, you could do this in any color that you wanted. So I made two of them, and what's cool is, you know, they stack. So basically I'm just gonna glue these together like this, and I want to make sure to get the glue like into all these little edges, because I don't want them to come apart or have like, you know, a bumpy area that doesn't connect. And then I'm just gonna lay that together and press, and the liquid glue allows you a little time to line it up, which is really nice. You could use a tape of some sort, like a tape runner or something, but I'm not totally sure like how that would hold up over time. Like if you're really going to make an ornament that you have somebody getting out every year and using, you might want to use something really sturdy. And then each layer I used the thin foam tape. This is thick foam tape. The thin foam tape is about half that thickness, so you can see there it's just a smidge elevated. Okay, I'm going to go around the edges one more time just to make sure it's good. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. And then I use my heavy duty handy dandy hole punch, and I'm gonna just punch a hole in the center of one little arm and try to find my thing here. And then basically you just hang it. I say just hang it like it's nothing, but honestly, I always cut these too short, and so I always take a little time to fiddle with them. Come through, come through. There we go. So I like to wrap this around and poke it through, and it's easier said than done, especially when I have it so short. So I may have to tie that in a knot, but that's the idea, is that you make this cool ornament that looks just like this, and then you have both sides, and it hangs on your tree. I have one on my tree right now. Let me see if it's the same color. I may have. Oh yeah, same color. That one's got the knot in it, and it really catches the light on the tree. It's really cool. So, ta-da! There's another ornament, and imagine it in blue or in evergreen or in the purple, the hot pink, like the wild berry, any of those colors. They would look so amazing. This is really fun. I had a really good time doing that one. And I promise I'll chill out with some of the snowflake projects for a little while. Okay. The other thing is I made hundreds, I'm not exaggerating, Christmas cards this year. But I was short just a few at the last minute, and so this is the one I put together. You may remember last week when I was messing around and I was making tags using that Mrs. Claus Cafe hot cocoa stamp, and then I used that postal stamp to make the stripe, and I just think this turned out so cute. I love, again, I used the snowflakes, I know, but I think it turned out really darling. And so this was my last minute Christmas card that I made. So there's my last minute project before I mailed stuff out. Okay. This is my box of tags that I got from the tag swap, and so if you're not wanting to see them, they're not close to my heart, so if you don't want to see them, you can sign off here and have a great afternoon. But I am going to show, there's over 40 of them, so I just wanted to show them to you and some of the techniques that were used that I thought were really clever. So they used that like fabric fur, fake fur for the beard. I thought that was really clever. This tag is huge. Look, it's as big as my hand. This is an embossing folder that they used like a metallic-y, like a rub and buff or a ink over, and it's just, there's not a lot to the tag, but that's a really cool technique. I love this one. Many years ago, I did a Christmas card where I made a little tray of gingerbread men, and so this one I just love it. It brought me right back to that time when we did that little tray. I just think it's the cutest thing. Here's one of the gnomes. I'm not a big gnome fan, but they did a good job on this one. The paper choices they used were really nice, and they have crystals on it that make it very blingy. This tag is all stitched, hand stitched with DMC floss. You can see it's just really, really cool. This would take some time. I'm a cross stitcher, and I can tell you that was not a fast tag, so fun. This tag was made by Stephanie. It's my favorite. I love it. It says I knocked down the Christmas tree, and I just love it. Love it, love it. The background is embossed. And did you use distress ink? I don't know, but it's really cool looking. It's very shimmery, and I love it. This one has a die cut bottom and then backed it with the gold, and it just made that die cut part really stand out. Here's one that was really clever. Using die cuts, using a stencil in the background. They actually put, I don't know how you can, there you can kind of see there's plastic over like a window on top of the marshmallows. So cute. Here's one that's kind of like that snowflake where it's stacked and then bling on it. And here's another one that they made. It's a tag, but it looks like an ornament, and it's very similar to the snowflakes that I made. Cool. Very blingy, very sparkly. Here is a shaker, little snow globe. Happy holidays. It's really cute. And again, it's see these little snow globes like this, it's the perfect size to use those little stamps in. I got two of this one. This one is the poinsettia. Really pretty. Very elegant. Check that out. It's that same kind of snowflake. Very blingy. They did the same thing I did where they did glitter paper as a layer. They embossed a layer, then did glitter paper as a layer, then embossed the top layer with a lot of bling. Looks really nice. This one is kind of clever. It's, all you Disney people out there might recognize the Mickey. And then it has two layers. So the bottom layer is Joy to the World song lyrics with some die cut snowflakes, and it's edged in ink. I mean, you think about how much work that was. Luster polish, yes. And then the top is a vellum piece that's embossed with bling all over it. And a jingle bell. Always helps to add a little jingle bell. I love this one. It's so cute. It's very tropical. And in the background, there's, it looks like the shimmer sprays and then stenciled around the border. So that was really cute. And the rest is die cuts. Okay, got a couple sticking together here. Okay, this one is like the Christmas star. Really cute. Again, layered die cuts. This one has a lot of layers. It's an embossed white layer, and the die cut Merry Christmas, a die cut snowflake on the bottom and the top, and then there's a brad right there. I think it's brad, yep. And then there's a whole bunch of little fibers. So that's really pretty. Put that on a package. Nope, I don't think I will. This one is really fun. It's multiple layers and it spins, which is cool. They made it into a spinner. And so that's clever. And then this is a brad. Here is several layers of die cut. It's really effective and it's really pretty. So you have like a white and then the poinsettia plant. And this is like shimmer trim, top and bottom. Pretty. This one's small compared to the others. It's like maybe 3.5 inches, but it's got that, it's like that, it's red foil. Close to my heart only sells like the silver and gold, but look at that red. Isn't that something? And then layers like the medallion stacked. I love the little snowman. It has the tree, and then it looks to me like it's been fussy cut out, and so has the snowman. Those were not done with dies, so pretty cute. And then all of the little sparkles on it is stickles. Love stickles. They add some real shine and they're inexpensive. And this is a die cut stocking, and then a little fabric like button, and then the die cut tree and the die cut candy cane, and then the 2021 inside the stocking. Very cute. And they actually used real lace on top of the stocking for the cuff. So this one is here you can tell that it's been die cut, and it has layers. It has that die cut snowflake, and then an embossed Santa that has been fussy cut. So I always appreciate people who go to that extra and fussy cut stuff if you don't have a die. They made a lot of these tags. And here's one that is die cuts layered. It's very simple but very pretty. This one is probably one of my favorite ones. It's a church. I love the stained glass looking window, but it opens. It looks like almost like a castle, but it says all good wishes for Christmas to and from. Can you imagine putting that on a package? You'd have to be really careful about who you gave that to. There is a magnet in here, and so it's snapping shut on the magnet, which is pretty cool. Opens like a book. This one is edged, and it is little stamped trees with a silver die cut snowflake. Very clever. This one is chipboard, so it's really thick. And then these little snowflakes here are actually from Tim Holtz. He has this whole new set of what he calls 3D dies, and they give a super in-depth impression, are embossing folders that impress and cut at the same time. So I'm trying to think. I think I only have a couple of them, and I haven't even used them yet because I just bought them this season. I like the bling on that. This one's super effective. It's just die cuts. It's so clever though, and because of the use of that kind of mirror paper in the background, it just makes it sparkle with the glitter and the mirror. This is really clever. And then it opens like, you know, like a lot of tags do that. So I just thought that's one of my favorites. So pretty. Here's another medallion style one that has layers that are popped up with pop dots and die cuts. This one doesn't look very Christmassy to me. I laugh at this one because it doesn't look Christmassy at all, and it's kind of weird. It's like an elf skirt or something. I don't know. But it does open at the skirt. And there's a lot of work that's gone into this. This is not easy. This is not easy. This, I'm not really sure what this is made of. It kind of reminds me of those where you can buy those stickers that are that you put on top of cardstock or something. Very clever. Okay. This is an elf stamp. It is huge. Look, that's my hand. It's as big as my hand, bigger than my hand. And it moves. So, very cute. What kind of similar to, you know, where you put the pop dot through the hole so it'll swing, and then covered the back. So, it's just like a round pop dot where this hangs off of it. This tag is especially large. Look, both hands on top of it. It's that big, that big. But it has several die cut snowflakes and a background that's inked and misted with gold. It's a little hard to see the gold in the camera. I love this one. This one is one of my favorites. It's just layered. It has pop dots, a real simple sentiment. I love the little wood beads on it. It's just super cute. That would be a neat card front too. As long as you don't mind mailing thickness. This one is beautiful. It's got really fine dies, and she's done some work on those dies. You know, so I was looking at this one, Stephanie, and I was trying to figure out if this is the bottom of if this was the whole thing was one, or if they took the witch shoes with the elf top, or I don't know. But there was a ton of work that went into this. And this is embossed on the back. It's embossed and inked, and it's just, there was a lot of work that went into that for how weird it is. Okay, here's a Peace, Love, Joy, again with a jingle bell. I think you can't go wrong with a jingle bell. Those are really cute. Here's another little tree shaker. I know, right? I like the little mini pom-poms on the skirt. Sorry, I just keep talking about that one. This one's fun because it has all those different colors of rhinestones in it, and it's super thin, so nothing's getting hung up, even with the rhinestones in there. I love that. Sometimes with shakers, you know, I get stuff hung up. This one is used with pearl cardstock. It's like they took stickles and made it real thin over the surface, and then added a brad and some die cuts. And this is texture paste, so it's dimensional on there like snow. So there's a lot of technique on that tag, even though it looks really basic kind of, but it has a lot of really cool techniques on it. Here is another shaker. These little globes right here are a Tim Holtz item, and I've never bought them because I couldn't figure out what on earth I would put in there that is so small. This is a 1-inch globe, and it is dimensional, and look at that, a little bitty teeny tiny tree and snowman in there, and that snowman is made of beads, so that is really cool, with the white glitter paper and the die cut message. And you know, it looks kind of, at first glance, it looks kind of basic, but look at the detail inside of that globe. I'm like, okay, somebody spent some time. This is one of my all-time favorite stamps. It's from Penny Black. I recognized it right away. It's this cute little chubby snowman, and she used glued on fuzz for the hat brim and the top of the hat. Super adorable. This one used a page from a book that was inked, and then it looks like stamped and colored, and then inside of it has this cute little penguin tag. Very similar to like if you did buy the wood tags from Close to My Heart, I mean, you could cut out something like this from a sturdy cardstock and make a whole bunch just like this. That's cute. And you can't really see it very well on camera, but that's shimmery. Okay, just a couple more. This one, snowflakes, and there's multiple papers layered together. I'm not sure what to say about it. It looks very patriotic to me with the red, white, and blue. And then this one it's very large. Look how big that is. It's bigger than my hand, and it's pretty. But to me, it looks like spring because of the colors and the flowers. And it I don't know. To me, that's a spring tag, more of an Easter tag, but it is pretty. Let me see. I have one more. One more. Okay, so this one, it's in a baggie. I'll take that out. It is a stamped tree with bling. This little star is bling. And then this is die cut. And it's all on an embossed piece of tan and then layered with black and green. So very woodsy looking. Woo! So that's my tag swap. I got a lot of great tags. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them all yet. A lot of people who did this swap are putting them on trees like ornaments. If you guys ever want to do a swap like that, you just let me know. We can do it on a much smaller scale. You could make like 5 or something. So, and of course, I have mine, which are, mine are almost always close to my heart because, you know, that's me. But not, for that swap, I didn't save one of mine. I know that sounds crazy, but I did Nutcracker. All right. So that's everything today. I hope that you had fun. Thanks for popping in, Stephanie. I'm glad your afternoon is going better. I'm assuming you're home. So I will chat with you later. Have a good afternoon.